The Taj Mahal, a monument of love. They say the Taj Mahal is the most beautiful building on earth. But beauty is not why it was built. It was not created to display power. It was not designed to intimidate enemies. It was not meant to celebrate victory. The Taj Mahal exists because of love. Standing on the banks of the Yamuna River in Agra, the Taj Mahal is not a palace, not a fort, not a throne. It is a tomb. A tomb born from grief so deep that it reshaped an empire. A structure built not by ambition, but by heartbreak. A monument that whispers a single truth across centuries: love can outlast empires. This is the complete story of the Taj Mahal, the people behind it, the secrets within it, and why, nearly 400 years later, the world still stands in silence before it. To understand the Taj Mahal, we must first understand its time. In the early 1600s, India was not a colonized land. It was not divided by modern borders. It was the center of global wealth. The Mughal Empire controlled vast territories, fertile plains, and major trade routes connecting Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. Indian textiles clothed royalty across continents. Spices, gemstones, and silks flowed outward, gold flowed in. This was an empire at its peak. At its center ruled Emperor Shah Jahan. His name meant King of the World. He was a ruler obsessed with order, balance, and beauty. He redesigned cities. He rebuilt forts. He imagined architecture not as shelter, but as philosophy. Yet despite his wealth and authority, his greatest passion was not power. It was love. Royal marriages were rarely about affection. They were contracts. Political tools. But Shah Jahan's marriage was different. As a young prince, he met a woman named Mumtaz Mahal. She was intelligent, strong-willed, politically aware. He fell in love instantly. She became his confidant, trusted with court affairs and state secrets. She advised him in governance. She traveled with him during military campaigns. They were inseparable. Together, they had 14 children. Despite the dangers of childbirth in that era, Mumtaz continued to accompany him everywhere. In 1631, while giving birth to their 14th child during a military campaign, Mumtaz Mahal died. She was only 38 years old. Shah Jahan was devastated. Court historians describe him withdrawing from public life for months. Legend says his hair turned white overnight. Whether myth or truth, one fact remains: the most powerful man in the empire was utterly broken. Grief does strange things to power. Some rulers respond with war. Others with cruelty. Shah Jahan responded with creation. He vowed to build a monument so extraordinary that it would freeze love in time. A structure that would reflect paradise itself. He chose a site along the Yamuna River, a place where reflections doubled reality, where water symbolized eternity. This monument would not merely honor Mumtaz Mahal. It would immortalize her. Construction began in 1632. What followed would become one of the greatest architectural achievements in human history. The scale was unprecedented. Over 20,000 craftsmen were summoned from across the empire and beyond. Architects from Persia. Stonecutters from Central Asia. Calligraphers from Arabia. White marble was transported from quarries hundreds of miles away. Elephants hauled massive blocks across plains and rivers. No machines. No electricity. Only human hands and vision. The project took 22 years to complete. The marble was inlaid with precious stones: jade, lapis lazuli, turquoise, carnelian, each cut and set by hand using a technique called pietra dura. Even the calligraphy is an illusion of perfection. The letters grow larger as they rise higher, so from the ground, every verse appears perfectly balanced. This was architecture as mathematics. Art as devotion. The Taj Mahal is more than a building. It is a cosmic design. The gardens represent paradise. The flowing water symbolizes eternity. The central dome mirrors the heavens. For minarets surround the tomb, not standing straight, but slightly tilted outward, so if they ever collapsed, they would fall away from the main structure. Every decision was intentional. Every detail symbolic. The Taj Mahal was not meant to impress kings. It was meant to comfort a soul. The Taj Mahal is renowned for its symmetry. Identical arches. Mirrored gardens. Perfect alignment. Everything is balanced. Everything, except one thing. Inside the tomb are two marble cenotaphs. Mumtaz Mahal lies at the exact center. Beside her, slightly off-center, is Shah Jahan. Years after completing the Taj, Shah Jahan was overthrown by his own son and imprisoned in Agra fort. From his window, he could see the Taj Mahal every day. When he died, he was buried next to Mumtaz. The only asymmetry in the Taj Mahal is love refusing to be separated. The Taj Mahal is surrounded by myths. Some say Shah Jahan planned a second Taj made of black marble across the river. Others claim the craftsmen were blinded or executed to prevent replication. Historians debate these stories. But myths grow where emotion is strong. The truth may be simpler. No empire could afford such love twice. While the Taj Mahal rose, the Mughal Empire weakened. Succession wars erupted. Power fractured. Shah Jahan, once the king of the world, was reduced to a prisoner. He spent his final years gazing at the monument built from his grief. Power faded. Stone remained. Today, millions visit the Taj Mahal every year. Not to celebrate conquest. Not to admire weapons or thrones. But to witness love. Pollution threatens its marble. Time erodes its details. Yet the story endures. Because love is the most durable material ever used in construction. Empires rise. Empires fall. Borders change. Names fade. But love leaves monuments. The Taj Mahal is not just a wonder of the world. It is proof that even in death, love can be immortal. The Taj Mahal, a monument of love.